What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and I know you guys can see very, very clearly right there what the upgrade is if you were paying attention to the last video. If you guys watched the last video, write last in the comments as soon as you got there. Like, that should be one of the first comments. Like, as soon as you get in here, I should see last if you guys watched the last video. Many of you guys are just going to write last because you just want to lie right quick and you don't know what the whole plan has been. But it's all good, bro. Get involved with the community. Pretty much we were able to secure Bo Jackson, okay? Now remember, when he first came out, I rage sold him effective immediately because what happened was, throughout everything that was going on, people were complaining about armbar and regs. They were complaining about everything. So what EA did was they nerfed the running back position in MUT because in regs, he was still doing whatever they want. Zeke Elliott, all those guys with armbar, Chubb, those guys were still doing it. But in MUT, it was kind of semi-nerfed. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at why I did this right now. With everything that goes on within the game, we have to adapt to what works with our teams. Okay, what does that mean? I prefer to have one power back and one elusive back. I did go with Cohen because Cohen had that 91 spin. He had that glitchy stuff that was going on, which did not require abilities in order for him to execute those things. What happened was EA Sports made it so that he fumbled if you looked at him the wrong way. That caused an issue for me. So because of that situation, I had to now say, okay, look, the dude's garbage. We got to do something else because he sucks. So what did I do? I took away Saquon Barkley's abilities. And why did I do that and give it to Bo Jackson? Pretty much what happened is this, right? If you go to Saquon Barkley, you see that 93 speed, 93 excel, all that stuff is really, really good. 96 break tackle. That's all natural stuff by himself. Okay, he's not like, there's nothing else going on. No abilities, no nothing. And he has power run on him, right? But let's go ahead and dissect it to kind of understand the way this game works. If you guys know like I do, what happens is this, right? If you have an elusive, if you pretty much have an elusive running back, if he has over 90s in like spin and juke, he'll be able to do it efficiently without the abilities. Okay, so even though he does not have evasive, he won't spin as fast, but he can still spin. Okay? Bo Jackson wouldn't have helped me with that situation because his spin move is under 90. And it's not like how it was before where you had a different threshold at 19. He'll spin, but it's extremely slow. So what gives you the most benefit? What gives you the most benefit is being able to stiff arm the life out of somebody and then you wear them down and then you bring in a speed back to come out there and juke and spin and do all that other good stuff. Because now I'm operating with a 1-2 punch, but ideally, I don't really even want to run the ball as much anymore. I want to pass. So it makes it a lot different with everything that's going on with it. And you're able to execute both things simply because he has those attributes in the 90s. That's what gives him the advantage. Okay, now obviously when you look at Bo Jackson, he has an 85 stiff arm similar to what Saquon Barkley has, right? So you're probably like, what are you talking about? That's why I gave him the ability. You see what I'm saying? That's why I gave him the abilities that I'm going to show you right now. The same things, but then I added a few other things back to him. Now I kind of souped him up full. I didn't give him this much the first time I had him because, it was what it was. I didn't know exactly, what was going on with it. But let's just take a look at everything before I go inside and show you guys what's going on. 94 speed, 92 excel. So one less excel, but he has one speed faster than Saquon Barkley. Okay, break tackle is lower, but his trucking is higher. Let's go ahead and take a look at it now with the comparison to Saquon from the side now. Because now you can see his being updated and Saquon's being regular because they don't show it to you both sides all the way up, right? So you can see right now, his juke, his spin, and only the stiff arm is higher. All that stuff doesn't matter though because that's why we need the abilities, okay? The reasoning behind the abilities is simply for that reason. If we have that going on, it works out. You see what I'm saying? Like it works out because now it counters the fact that this guy has the 90s where we know we're going to have him to get it done in game. And then this guy requires the ability to be able to do what he needs to do. Okay, so now let's go into his power up and see what's going on. What did we add? Why did we add it? What's going on with this card? What makes Bo Jackson such a beast right now? All right, so the number one thing I'm going to tell you about these X Factors is that Freight Train is probably the best one. Because all these other ones, it didn't really work for me. I had Wrecking Ball on him. And then you see like how it says high success rate on next 3 trucks and stiff arms. This is what the issue was. When I played in a solo with him, I believe that this is what they had equipped on him. And that's what really got me going. I'm like, yo, bro, this dude is stiff arming everybody. Okay. The issue with this is it doesn't necessarily work when you need it to. But this right here, you're always almost going to get an animation where you're breaking a tackle, regardless of who's trying to tackle you, including Pat Tillman. So in my opinion, this is probably the better one, because that one broken tackle can lead you to the promised land. You will be in the end zone. So that's why I chose that. I did not have a lot of success with this. And, you know, ultimately it really cost me, because I would try to do something like truck and stiff arm and nothing would happen. So it just became infuriating. And I just said, you know what, I'm done with it. And that pretty much was it. All right, now we head over to this indoor baller, simply because I try to stay in, you know, indoor domes, and most people stay indoors because it's just easier. Indoors, bro, SpongeBob reference. But that is pretty much why I did this, okay, to give him that. Ideally, there's really nothing else other than bulldozer again, and realistically, they tell you that you can't stack it, but I did experiment with having several streak specialists on Moss, and in some games he went insane, some games he just wasn't. So I chose to go with, you know, if we do get an opportunity to play in the dome, he gets to reach his thing a lot easier than having to do so many things. All right, now, we went with bulldozer, number one, because like, pretty much there is no spinning involved. If you have Bo Jackson, there is no spinning involved with this situation. That's where I was making my mistake. When I had him as a backup and he wasn't fully powered up, I would run in and make it look like he was like another Saquon Barkley, try to spin. No, he don't got to spin. He got to truck somebody, okay? He got to truck somebody and make it hurt. So we gave him bulldozer for that. And then we gave him bruiser, which gives him more powerful truck and stiff arm animations. Now, for those of you guys that are asking about like spin cycle, you can see he needs a lot to get spin cycle. It's a human joystick, like bruh, it's crazy. By the time those things start happening, this game is gonna get crazy, okay? Now, with armbar and all that stuff, if he's able to get armbar soon, probably with his next card, as they give him upgrades, that will also be very, very huge. As far as these type of things, I just thought that bruiser would be the better situation. Some of you guys were talking about like, you know, pin and pull, but I don't really run pitches, I don't run toss, and I don't run counters. You know, I'm pretty much gonna run stretch, or I'm gonna run a dive. Now, it could work with this, and then we just take away, you know, bruiser, but bruiser is what happens when like you get tied up, like say like 3 or 4 guys like trying to tackle you, and you just keep tapping the button, you'll punch all of them in the face and just keep going for 6. So that's the reasoning behind why bruiser is there, just to begin with, just to like make you guys understand what's going on. And again, with Saquon coming in after the fact, he's just being elusive and using his speed to do whatever he wants. And then everything else is designed for him to go for 6 after Bo Jackson kind of bruises everybody up and just smashes everything up. Okay, so I will confirm that I did play a couple games with him, and he does put in work again. So regardless of what they tuned, what happened with the title update, you still can have success using these abilities with bruiser, bulldozer, and you know, 94 speed is not too shabby. So if he gets a couple of those animations where he blasts somebody in the face, he's probably in most cases going to go for 6. All right, now what about the O-line? O-line remains the same, but we put abilities on Joe Thomas. Okay, now I've given you guys the video proof of it. You guys can go ahead and check out the gameplay. Joe Thomas makes a difference in the run game when he's matched up against cornerbacks and linebackers. So you pretty much, ideally for you, you have to line them up at the tight end position. Okay, nasty streak is wild. I've also given him all day. Now, with all day, I do notice a difference. When a dude comes out with Jadeveon Clowney or Lawrence Taylor and they're doing whatever they want and they're coming off the edge, all day appears to keep them from coming right in. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't come in right away. It just keeps them from, like, the way that they usually do it, it's not the same way. Like, they don't just scream at you. It's pretty much what I'm trying to say. They, you know, they have to gradually put in some work to kind of get that done. So that's what the issue is at that point, right? So as we look forward to what you're going to be putting on Joe Thomas, many of you guys have been pulling him out of your Redux pack that you get from reaching level 70. You guys were asking about it, like, yo, is it worth it to keep him? I think so. Okay, I think that it is. I think it's something that can definitely benefit you regardless. So definitely keep your eye out for that. That is a huge situation right there that I think will be, you know, it'll work for you if you put that nasty streak on him and you put him out there at the tight end position. I would recommend all day. Some of you guys, you know, post up. I don't know. I guess you could try it, but with the way that all day has been working for me on that side and preventing like consistent, you know, sheds coming off that side, I think that works for me. I tried out zone blocker. I didn't really see much of a difference. Power blocker as well with the run game, because it is what it is. Like, you're not going to really see anything, you know, with what's going on. And then this one right here is specific to pass protection. Okay, the difference with this is just better protection. So it could be shed attempts against the run and the pass, in my opinion, which is why I went with this one over going back to secure protector. Earlier in the year, when they first gave the linemen the abilities, this was GOAT, because you could use this for the run and the pass, but then they nerfed it, and then after that, everything just went haywire, and then, you know, it doesn't really matter anymore. But this is a very, very useful ability to have, and it also, like I said, it helps a lot when you come out and you have to pass on those 3rd and longs or whatever. He will hold his block, okay? And the guy will not get around him very, very quickly. Will he get around, like, you know, you give yourself a couple seconds? Yeah, but he's not just running right in the way that it usually happens. So, you know, having him the way that he is, equipped with the things that he has, and then also having, you know, the other linemen, Gene Upshaw, Travis Frederick, Sheriff, Lane Johnson is the weak link, but Larry Allen, right? This is the issue. We're going to have to probably, you know, give him back that power run somehow. How many go deep do we have? I think we're just perfect, right? Yeah, with 30-30. I want to give him a power run and switch somebody else that already has power run, but I don't think I have anybody else that actually has it that I could give it to. I got that guy with go deep. I could probably get, you know what I could do? I could probably upgrade this guy to get ×2, but it'll probably be too much training. And I don't know if I want to do that. Should I power this guy up more? Hold on, let me see what would he cost? Because I think once you get to like a, what is it, an 88? I think the 88s get ×2, right? So his card is what? What does his card go to? That's an 86. Okay, right there. And then you would need his card. So if I waste training right now, I can get Larry Allen kind of souped up. I don't know. No, we ain't doing that. Like, bro, look, man. I don't 1230, bro. Like, you got to spend like 2,000 training, and I'm not even gonna use this guy. Like, he's literally just there, just to be there. But he would go to 89 speed though. Low key, we could put him in there 88, then he gets the 4, he'd be 92 speed. Low key though, we could have him out there just being a crazy savage. I'll think about it. I'll think about what we want to do with that. But that's another, that's something else that we could do to kind of get everything up and running with that. So that's pretty much what's formulating right now, and why I think now with the way the team is designed, we have people that we can go deep with no matter what. Okay, Terrell Owens hiding out in the back. And then in addition to that, we have a superior run game where if somebody gets tired, we have somebody that's even better that can come in. So let me know what you think about it. If you think it's a W, write W in the comments. Let me know what, bro, if it's an L, write an L, bro. But I think it's pretty good. And we've also recently won another Super Bowl with this actual lineup right here. So I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Definitely go out there and continue to build your team. As usual, questions, leave them in the comments. Somebody in the community will get back to you if it's not myself or anybody else that's helping out with the feedback inside the comment section. So you guys go ahead and have a great day. A lot more information coming soon. Until next time, one love.